Well, this is what I call a great cottage coastal kitchen. Why is it coastal? Why is it cottage? Well, a lot of it has to do with the entertaining space. It is a relatively small kitchen, however, we have really done a lot with the space that we have. So instead of just having cabinets that are running up and down, we made them look like furniture. The glass allows depth in the kitchen, and again, it's a great place to store dishes, but it gives it that dimension of being a bigger kitchen. Love the full wall of cabinets. You would think that that would be a lot of cabinetry, but because it was designed so it looked more like furniture, even the little pull-out of the countertop really makes it feel like it's more of a big furniture piece that's really meant for this room. I don't think you could have a coastal getaway second home unless you had a great countertop, and on the other side of the countertop are bar stools. That's really what I would call a big staple of a coastal second home cottage kitchen.
In designing this house, we wanted it to feel like it had been there for a long time. We didn't want a new, real crisp. We wanted it to feel like it had a sense of time. We were inspired by these vintage balustrades. And we ended up really deriving our color scheme from these balustrades. We took that kind of steely gray color and tied it in with our upper cabinets, and then we just kind of used the gray color scheme throughout. We ended up pulling it into the dining room, into the other spaces, and it worked out rather nicely. Another thing we did that really gives that sense of time is we used these octagonal marble tiles as the backsplash, which kind of gave a more kind of old-timey, just kind of more of a vintage feel than if we would have used, a crisper, cleaner Subway or, something else that's popular right now. One element in this kitchen that really relates to our lifestyle here is really being able to look outside at the beauty surrounding us. And in this situation, we did place the sink at a window that we can look out and see the beautiful surroundings. One of the wonderful things about this kitchen is the flow. You come into the laundry room / kind of mudroom and right into the kitchen, and on the rest of the house is wide open to the kitchen. It's tucked in a way in a sense that you don't see any mess, but it's opened to the dining room, the living room, and onto the porch and the wonderful views. So it really, really works as a family house and as a vacation house. Everybody kind of congregates around the kitchen, everybody cooks together, and so it's wonderful to have this openness that everybody's kind of, can really gather and be together.